Have you ever wanted to achieve glowing skin with a touch of luxury? I'm going to show you how to formulate 24 karat gold rose gold face oil. So we are on my website, and from the home page, you're going to click on batch calculator. I'm going to go ahead and put face oil in here for the recipe name. We will be formulating this at 6 ounces. The first oil we're going to use is going to be hazelnut, and we're going to formulate that at 60%. The next oil is going to be RoseHip oil. We're going to use that at 20% of the formulation. And then the next one's going to be Camellia seed oil, where we'll formulate at 10%. And the last and final oil is going to be sugarcane squalane. I did infuse that inside of turmeric for a total of 23 hours. We'll use that at 9%. And then the last part is going to be the cetyl alcohol. We'll use that at 1%. This is going to help with keeping the oil, the mica, from dropping to the bottom of the oil, so it'll keep it suspended long enough. So now that we have this formulated, we do have our percentages, and now we're going to go ahead and start the formulation process. I will tell you these numbers again. So you definitely want to make sure you have a scale so that you can be able to properly formulate this. I am using a glass beaker in order to do so. The first oil that I mentioned that we're going to be using is going to be hazelnut. Hazelnut benefits are that it's sebum regulator, lipid replenishing, softening, nourishing, protective to the skin. It also helps to hydrate. It's high in vitamin E and fatty acids. It also moisturizes, heals, and lightens scars and reduces hyperpigmentation, and also helps to boost collagen, and it also has astringent properties to it. So with this being at 60%, we are going to have this in at a total of 3 ounces, 3.60 ounces. The next one we're going to be formulating with is going to be the RoseHip. Some of the benefits of RoseHip is that it helps with improving the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It can help to exfoliate and brighten the skin. It also helps to repair your skin after sun damage and can also reverse signs of aging. We are going to use that at 1.20 ounces. The next oil is going to be Camellia seed oil. Camellia seed oil is a very lightweight oil, making it perfect for the face. It helps with soothing and calming skin conditions such as eczema and psoriasis and rosacea. It is known to be non-comedogenic, and we will use that at 0.60 ounces. And we'll go ahead and pour that into the rest of the oil. I like to do these separate just in case I go over slightly a little bit. So the next oil is going to be sugarcane squalane. This has been infused in turmeric powder for a total of 23 hours. I did also use this oil for another project, so infusing this inside of turmeric is not necessary. But some of the benefits of sugarcane squalane is that it moisturizes and improves the skin texture. It also provides anti-aging benefits, is anti-inflammatory, and it also helps to soften the skin. This does have to be in at a total of 0.56. Well, actually 0.54, but I couldn't get my scale to go to 0.54. It just kept doing 0.56, so I went with 0.56. And now that we have that measured out, I did save some of it over because this is where we'll add the cetyl alcohol at. I'm adding this in at 1%. Again, I was having issues with my scale. It's supposed to be 0.06 ounces, but it kept going to 0.07 ounces. So honestly, that one little number is not going to throw the recipe off. I am so used to formulating in ounces, so I might just go ahead and start continuously doing my recipes in grams. So for this recipe, the cetyl alcohol is going to be used simply to help the mica suspend better, but cetyl alcohol is also going to help with moisturizing the skin. It treats or prevents dry skin, and it also helps with minor skin irritation as well. So you will have to use a double boiler method where you're going to put a little bit of water inside of the pot and heat this on the stove. Here's the oil and the turmeric that I used. And this is going to be the bottle that I'm using. I do like to kind of use a little bit of a darker bottle just so that the light does not hit the oils. And since we have that on the double boiler method, I want to show you this. This is going to be comedogenic rating for like oils and other skincare products. It's going to let you know from a rating from 0 to 5. So it has all the oils, alcohols, esters, ethers, and sugars. It's going to also have herbs and botanicals as well. So it gives you the rating so that you can kind of understand what oils and skincare products are going to be best for choosing facial care products. I will leave the link inside of my description for this so that you can further read more information about this. And then I also do have another second link as far as like what non-comedogenic rating is, as far as with oils and butters. And so this one doesn't have as much details, but it does still tell you more information on what the comedogenic scale is so that you'll have that information when formulating skincare products. Now that the cetyl alcohol is all fully incorporated with the oil, here's where we'll add the mica at. I will tell you, you do not need to add as much mica as I did. I did go a little bit overboard because I was excited to try this, but definitely do not add this much mica. I mean, once you put in at least 1 scoop, the mica will be suspended inside of the oil. I did add another extra scoop after this. And so by adding too much mica to the amount of cetyl alcohol, there is a chance that some of the mica powder might try to drop to the bottom, but it is not going to look as if has completely sunk to the bottom. So just for reference, less is always more. The reason why I added more mica is because my sugarcane Squlane had a bright orangeness to it due to the turmeric, and I actually did not want this to be this gold. It was supposed to be the color of the mica, but this actually turned out to be really good because it is a beautiful gold color. And so I did go ahead and heat this on the stove again for about 5 minutes because I wanted to fully incorporate the mica inside of that. I did add some wax here. You do not have to do this. I did about 1 gram of wax, and I did use Camellia wax for this. So the purpose of the wax was to go for more of a creamy consistency, but I do have to add a bit more wax in order to get it to be a little bit more creamier. I just kind of wanted to give it a little bit more body to the oil. Camellia is also an emulsifier. It's a fast absorbing lubricant and a nourishing skin conditioner. So now we are all finished with the oil, and it is time to jar up the oils. So with this process, I do want to go ahead and add some rosemary extract. Rosemary extract is an antioxidant, but it also does help with prolong the shelf life of oils and butters. So that's why I like to use it. So I'm separating some of this oil because I'm not going to use all of this at once. You don't have to do this process. You can fill up all of your dropper bottles at once, but I only wanted to do a few, so that's why I separated some of the oil. so that I can save this over. I do have extra Tupperware containers that I use strictly for skincare products, so I just clean and sanitize these out, and then this is how I can store some of my products. By separating this into a smaller beaker, it does help control the pour of this. These dropper bottles are 15 mLs, and so since I made such a large batch, I wanted to be able to control the pour. When pouring these, you're not going to be able to fill up the dropper bottles completely. I did have to suction some out, even though I did not fill it all the way up. It's just that when I started to go ahead and put the dropper suction tube in there, it did end up overflowing slightly, and so I poured just a little bit out. I like using the 15 ml dropper bottles. So some of you may say 15 mLs seems like it's kind of small, but it's actually not. I used to make my oils in 1 ounce containers, and I was like, that is a ton of oil. Because this oil is so lightweight, you do not need a whole lot of oil on your face. All you need is about 1 to 2 drops, and that's going to help with moisturizing your face and your neck. So I'm going to demonstrate what this looks like. So because this is a face oil, it is not going to be overly oily on the face. This is designed to absorb very quickly. So unlike a body oil, you're not going to have that extra shine and sheen on your face. So here it is. The final product. I did have to go ahead and add my own, little razzle dazzle to the jars. This is how I brand my products, and when I'm at the farmer's market, people absolutely love the rhinestones because they say it makes it look more elegant and high quality. I will leave links to all the information in the description. I'll also leave a link to where you can purchase this if you do not feel like making this yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.